What's up guys, Evildea here, and welcome back to another Esperanto / World of Warcraft lesson. Let's just start it. Oh, awesome. So I've just come back into the game in this area where everything's being killed by this random dude. Thanks a lot, random dude. Okay, so we're just going to begin with some revision like always. So what is the word for animal? It is besto. And do you remember the word for cougar? It is puma. And what about vulture? It is vulturo. And how do you ask questions that are looking for a yes or no response? That is chu. So you could, for instance, say, is that a human? You'd say, chu tio estas homo. Remember, I taught you human way back at the very beginning lessons. The word for human is homo. Now, what was the word for on? It was sur. And what about above? It was super. Okay, oh god, I'm on fire. Just get out of the fire. Okay, and what was the word for in front of? Awesome, I've got that. It is antau. And what about behind? It is malantau. Okay, so we're just going to start moving into the lesson now, but first up I'm just going to quickly check what I'm actually doing in this area. So I've got to... Okay, so I've just got to kill a bunch of these dudes. Lovely. Okay, now we know how to say that person is a goblin. That is tiu estas koboldo. Remember, you can use tiu or tio depending on what you're trying to say. Remember, tio is just that thing and tiu is that person. Now, these I kind of classify as like people, even though you could grammatically correct call them things. You know, it's up to you. These are definitely people. They're humans. There's no doubt about that. So to say that is a person, you'd say tiu estas homo. But now we're going to start learning how to do some negative. Now I kind of touched on this a little bit in my last lesson, but we're just going to go into a bit more depth in this one. So, how would you say that is not a goblin? Come on, just give it a try, see what you can come up with. You would say, tiu ne estas koboldo. For that one there, the dead one, not the one I'm shooting at the moment, because this is a koboldo. Awesome, and he's actually hurting me, that's really mean. Okay, I'm just going to take his mono. Awesome, let's start shooting this guy. So, how would you say that is not a person? Tiu ne estas homo. Now, ne, as I taught you in the previous lesson, means no, but it's also used for negating verbs. So, where we would say in English, isn't, or, basically, yeah, just for negating. Wherever you would turn a verb negative in English, that's where you'd use ne, and it always goes before the thing it's negating in Esperanto. Okay, so how would we say, let's just see, what do we got? How would you say the goblin is next to the dwarf? Now, he's not actually like right next to him, but just for the sake of this little learning exercise. La koboldo estas apud la nano. Cool. Awesome. You guys are great. I just got myself some pantalono. Let me just check out if that's better than my current one. It is. It is. Awesome. I'm moving up in the world. Okay. Now, what we're going to do in this lesson is I want to focus a bit more on plurals. Now, I've touched on plurals in the previous lessons a little bit every now and then when I accidentally mention them, but this one we're going to start learning some numbers and then some plurals. So, first up, the word for number one in Esperanto is unu. And the word for two is du. Pretty easy to remember that one because it sounds like two. And the word for three is tri. So pretty easy so far. We're only going to stick with 3 numbers in this lesson, make it nice and easy for you guys. Now, to say one goblin in Esperanto, you'd say, if you really wanted to specify the number, you would say unu koboldo. But to say 2 goblins, like we have just here, so unu du. So 1 is unu, du is 2. So to say 2, you say du koboldoi. Now you'll notice that the difference between those is that the ending sound on the noun for goblin has changed, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure I've killed enough of these guys. Yes, I have, so I don't know what I'm actually doing here. Let's just loot these. So yeah, it's changed. So normally, a noun in Esperanto, when in singular, ends with an O sound. When it's in plural, it ends with an OI sound, similar to the sound in boy. So, one human is unu homo. Two humans is du homoi. Now, based on that, what would you think is the way to say 3 werewolves? Tri homlupoi. Tri homlupoi. I'm not even going to get out of this fire, I'm too lazy. Oh no, yeah, I'm getting out of it. I changed my mind. I'm very indecisive like that. Awesome. So, how would you say... Look, there we go. We've got, kind of... okay, we got like 3 pine trees here. So, how would you say 3 pine trees? You would say... Tri pinoi. Pinoi. So, no matter what, every single noun in Esperanto, when it goes into plural, it ends with an oi sound. Now, in Esperanto, adjectives agree with their nouns, and basically what that means in us laymen speak is that if the noun has a change at the end to become a plural, its adjective, so the word describing it, also changes at the end to become plural. Now, normally adjectives end in an a sound. You remember, for instance, granda and hita and dorisa. Those are all adjectives because they end in an a sound. But when they go into plural, that changes into an I sound. So, for instance, one big dog, one big wolf is unu granda lupo, okay? Unu granda lupo. I'm putting an emphasis on the end vowels there so you can kind of hear them. But to say 2 big wolves is du grandai lupoi, okay? Do you hear the I and the oi sound? That's basically how plurals work in Esperanto. So we're just going to focus on that a little bit in this lesson. So how would you say 1 cougar? Unu humo. And how would you say 3 cougars? Tri humoi. Awesome. Now let me just check the map, see where I gotta go. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it right here, and I'll jump right back as soon as I get to the next spot. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, so what we're gonna learn now is how to make some basic verb sentences. So I'm just gonna hand these quests in quickly. Score, I've gone up a level. Give me the good stuff. Yes, I want a star. So let me just put that on quickly. Okay, so we're gonna learn how to say I'm walking to and I'm walking away from, okay? So the way to say, let's just find where I've got to go. So the way to say I'm walking to the plane strider is mi idas al la campa struto. So you've heard idas al. So idas is present tense go, and it's also used for walk, okay? When you're not trying to specify any style of walking, you're just walking. So mi, as you probably know by now, is a pronoun for I. So mi idas is I'm going or I'm walking, and al means to. So how would you say I'm walking to the vulture? Mi idas al la vulturo. Mi idas al la vulturo. Okay, cool. I'm just going to loot his stuff as well. Give me that femuraggio. I love a good femuraggio. Okay. Now, guess how we would... Well, don't guess, actually. I'm going to tell you because I haven't taught you. Why would I be torturing you like that? Okay, so to say I'm walking away from the vulture, we'd say mi idas de la vulturo. So you've heard there's one difference in that sentence, and that's the word de. So de means from, okay? So idas al means going to, and idas de means going away from, okay? Or going from. So, let me just quickly check what I gotta do here. I gotta get some of these dudes here. So I gotta take out these harpies. Okay. Let me just kill this lupo. La lupo está sur mi. Do you remember what that means? It means the wolf is on me. La lupo está sur mi. Now, he wasn't like physically on top of me or anything, but it's close enough, close enough. Normally, sur means only like on top of. like on physical placement, but that's good enough for me. I'm not going to be like pedantic and stuff about that. Okay, so how would you say I'm walking to the pine tree? Mi iras al la pino. And how would you say I'm walking away from the vulture? Mi iras de la vulturo. Oh, what? My inventory is full. No! Okay, that's all good. That's all good. Okay, so how would you say I'm walking to... actually, no, I'm going to teach you a new word. So the word for mountain is monto. Monto. So how would you say I'm walking to the mountain? Mi iras al la monto. Very good, very good. Have I got room? Yes. Yes, I've got room for that stuff. Okay, so how would you say I'm walking from or like away from the mountain? Mi iras de la monto. Mi iras de la monto. Now you remember in the previous lesson, I taught you the word for is. Can you remember what that is? It's estas. And remember the word for was is estis. And how I told you that us at the end means present tense and is means past tense. Well, iras is a verb. And it basically means, let me just loop this. As I said, it means going to, but it's present tense. Iras, us, is present tense. So then past tense to say I was going to is iris. So how would you say I was going to the mountain? Mi iris alla monto. And how would you say I walked away from the mountain? Mi iris del monto. Very good, very good. Now we're going to learn the word for now. So the word for now is nun. Nun. So how would you say I'm now walking towards the pine tree? Just have a go. Mi nun iras al la pino. So that's I'm now going towards the pine tree. I think that's the question I asked you. Sorry if I mixed that one up, but yeah, all good. So how would you say I'm now walking away from the village? Mi nun iras de la villaggio. Mi nun iras de la villaggio. Okay, let's loot these guys. Now I'm going to try and keep these lessons a bit shorter. I've been accidentally going over like 20 minutes with each lesson, so I'm just going to try and cut them down a bit, which means we're coming towards the end of our lesson. So I'm going to head over here. I'm going to... Oh, that's a bit of a walk. Okay, so I'm just going to practice a few things along the way. We're going to do some revision. So how would you say I'm not walking towards the mountain? Mi ne iras alla monto. Mi ne iras alla monto. And how would you say I'm not walking away from the vulture? Mi ne iras de la vulturo. Mi ne iras de la vulturo. Okay, and how would you say the wolf is next to the pine trees? That's a plural. La lupo estas apud la pinoi. Oi, remember the oi sound. Whoa, why is the ground shaking? Oh man, look at these buggers. Okay, I thought I was going to die then from something. Okay, so how would you say the vulture is next to the plain strider? La vulturo estas apud la campostruto. Okay, very good, very good. And what was the way to say on? It was sur. And how do you say I'm walking, or I'm now walking towards the village? Mi nun iras alla villaggio. Awesome. And how do you say I was walking away from the camp? So remember all the tense. Mi iris de la tendado. Mi iris de la tendado. Awesome. And just a last little bit. What was the word for big? It was granda. Granda. And how do you say plain strider? It was campostruto. And how would you say plain striders? So plural. Kampai strutoi. Okay? Awesome. So we've reached the end of this lesson for now. If you've liked it, give it a like. Share it with your friends. Keep up the awesome work, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. And if you're not there, well, guess what I'll be leaving behind me? If you didn't get the joke, that's your corpse, by the way. Bye.